Just been doing a little bit of sewing, finishing off the sewing this week, and also been working towards getting all these straw bales moved. Started to get moved and baled. Having a few issues with the baler, but they have made some progress with it, and we're probably 200 hectares into where we need to be, out of probably 400. So yeah, we'd be more than halfway just thinking about it. So the corn straw bales are coming off, and I'm going to be flat out moving them all week by the sounds of it. So that's where we're at the moment. I'm just in here tonight, redesigning some of the caps. And gonna do a big order tomorrow. I got to figure out some way to get onto country tracker caps and get some stuff ordered and sorted out. And yeah, we should have some new caps on the way soon. I think I've got 6 different designs, 2 new ones and 4 reordered designs. So there's going to be plenty of different designs coming for the hats. I really think we've got a good assortment, and I think we're just going to keep chugging away, making a few new ones every time, trying to do something different every time, keep people interested. Almost make them limited edition. We might do one and then a reorder and then just dump it and make another one. There's so many good hats you can make from Country Tracker Caps. They really are a very good company to deal with, and they've got the best quality hats. There's no two ways about it. Hey Tate, what's going on, man? What's happening tonight? I was trying to think where you were from last week. Tell me again where you're from, Tate. So just having a look at it now, we've got a few followers. This is the Chicks hat we're looking at. I'm just going to change a little of this design here. This is actually Aurora Australis. A bit hard to see. I don't know if I can go there. This is Aurora Australis that I took one night on irrigation. We're going to just shift it around on this cap a little bit and just make that a little bit better. But yeah, she's aqua blue on the back, hot pink on the front, and then it's going to have a normal round leather patch, not a cog one. We got a few things to do on that one. So that's the first one. Hey Fletcher, what's going on, man? From Victoria. Yeah, we can't be too far away from each other then, Tate. And this is the other one we're going to do. So this is our X9 hat. It's going to be grey all over with a red and green stripe to match the X9 that's on the bottom. Bit of a stormy sort of design because I actually took this photo in the middle of a lightning storm. I actually managed to get a very good TikTok of it if you're interested in seeing it. I never put it up on YouTube Shorts because it was never available at that. No, I wasn't YouTubing at the time, but the TikTok come out quite spectacular if you're interested. But yeah, it's going to be a harvest edition. We've got Egg Beater 2.0 on the side of it, the green gobbler, and then on the back it says, we're Sex9 and now. Anyway, I think it's come out really good. It's come out a really good design. And get these X9 ones in the big sizing, and then the Chicks hat will be a little bit small. Hey Gavin, what's going on, man? What's happening tonight? But yeah, I'm pretty happy with how that hat's turned out. I reckon it's going to be really, really good. So yeah, we'll soon see. I might make a few more changes on that one yet, but yeah, no, it should be good. Hey Patrick, what's going on, man? But yeah, we've got those. We're going to reorder. Just go through some of the orders here. What have we got? And our hat's sitting out here at the moment. It's a bit odd. What do we got? So I'm going to reorder the sewing cap. You might have seen in my last YouTube with the 600 with the cedar on the back, and it's got a few Billy Bob sayings on it. We got to go, and we're going to have back to the harrows and hammer down. You know the Billy Bob, you know where all those quotes come from. Billy Bob, look him up. He's called Club Root Acres if you haven't come across him. It's getting pretty old now, but back in the day, he was a bit of a legend. We are reordering the green ones again. These have been very popular. Big sizing, if you're looking at one of these, that's a 62. They're our corn hats. Very good hats. I actually like it the best, I think, even though it was really my brother's design. And our red trucker hats, we're going to reorder these two. They are the same thing, 62 size. Very nice hat. I like this one too. Got a picture of our one of our 200s with A doubles on the back. Yeah, so that's where we're going to go. And yeah, that's the hats. So I'm going to reorder 6 different hats, or order 2 new ones and reorder 4 different hats. So that will be quite good. Plenty of hats. Now, South East Vic, it's size country. Yeah, okay, yep. I know what you're talking about. How's the crop emerging for you? It's not. It's pretty stunted. It's pretty dry. There's some talk of rain end of this week. Some people say it's going to be an inch. Some people say it's going to be 3 mils. It'll probably be 1 mil, and it'll be a waste of time. See how we go with the rain forecast. It looks like it's going to be cold. Hence the reason you might have seen on a couple of my other social medias that I was chopping wood today, because I don't really want to be cold. I'm too old for that. Sorry. Just wondering, did you ever try True Guide on the bus seater? We use it goes well for seater up the bros. So I presume you talk about guidance on the bar itself. No, we have never looked at. Yes, we've always looked at it. No, we've never pulled the trigger on it. Be interesting to see how well that does work. Daryl, it would be quite handy on that boss seat. It's probably one of it's a letdown for it, yeah. A bit of a letdown for us. We've never been able to enter row with it. It sort of goes left, then right, and just depending on how you come into the row, it'll pull one way or the other. Sometimes it doesn't pull at all. If you got ground that's been ploughed or whatever, it's pretty good. But if there's old rows there, it will pull into them all the time. When will it be too late for canola for you? Oh, look, if it July. If it comes up in June, we'll be fine. It's not going to be the best yield in the world, but so be it. Some of our canola's up and away already, so I'm not too worried about it. Like, it's not good for the canola that hasn't come up, but there's a lot of it that's up that just needs a drink. So I think if it rained this week or soon in the next 2 weeks, then it's just going to sort of carry on like nothing went wrong. I think it'll be stunted and all over the show, though. Sorry, but yes, it will. I think it'll be fine. Yeah, I think I've seen when you go into cereals, maybe not so much canola, but I've seen cereals like I planted a crop of wheat after a crop of corn in August once, and it still went 6 tons. If the rain's there, it'll respond. Don't worry. It's when we don't get rain, we're going to be in deep shit. It will rain in winter, though. It always does. It's just whether it can back it up in the spring. That's where you make your money. But yeah, we need to get them out of the ground first, of course. How's it looking up your way, David? You'd be pretty all right up there, wouldn't you? You're at Cowra, I think, if from memory. You'd be nearly right to. You'd be nearly right up there, wouldn't you? You'd be in decent enough rain lately. Hey man, what's going on? I can't even pretend to know what the hell your bloody name is. This guy's an AI. I think you're the only one that's an AI there, brother. Let's remove you. No, I just removed him. Hold on. Put user in timeout. There you go. 24 hours. See you later. Is seeding finished yet? So, no, it's not quite finished. It was, so I've basically done everything up to where the bales are coming off. So I've got like 400 hectares to go, but until the bales are out of the way, they need to be baled and shifted. Then we can start working on that. The laser buckets just started on another paddock that was baled. And as of tonight, I've got 2 more paddocks I can do, but I've got to pull the bales off them first So that's what I'm thinking. Hey Paul, what's going on, man? Where are you from? So just saying, we haven't had any rain yet. There is some rain forecast for the end of the week, so that may give us some hope. I don't know what's going to pan out. They're talking heavy cold, heavy wind, maybe some rain. It's a bit of an odd change, if you call it a change at all. Thanks, mate. Yes, we're all doesn't rain. They're pretty dry. All right. Only 3 mils in the last 6 weeks. Moisture down 4 inches, but not much on top. Some kind of other side, but not looking good or even up. Yeah, that's pretty much where we're up to too, David. Yeah. That surprised me that you haven't had a bit more than that actually. Going over to, if you haven't watched my last YouTube, I took a load of corn straw over to Holbrook, and I have never ever seen it so dry over there. It's not that it hasn't been that dry before, but I've never seen it that dry over there. Usually it is very stable, and even they are having trouble this year, which is rare. Yeah, what do you say? Like, is it at a certain point it's a drought, at a certain point it's a very long dry spell? It's like, how long does it need to be dry before you really call it a drought? I think it's certainly a drought at this stage, but everyone goes, oh, it's a drought. You go, well, a drought's sort of a long-term thing. It's a 2 year, at least ordeal. 2 seasons, you go, oh, this is just hopeless, Maybe 1 season if you're lucky. So yes, I think it certainly is a drought here, but it could turn around pretty quick. What's going on, brother? Another brother. Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. Bit of a drought. I think it could turn around very quickly. For those blokes over at Holbrook, though, it's coming into their winter. Up in them hills, she doesn't just respond when it rains like that. They will be begging for a fair bit of fodder for a fair while, I think. So if you've got straw or hay you need to be selling, South Australia's looking for it, but so are the hills. So yeah, that's all I'll say on it. Don't know if you're keeping up with Tom's Brook, but John Deere is pretty well fucking him over. I didn't say that. Effing him over. Sorry, no swearing on YouTube. Yeah, so I watched the last one from Tom's Brook. I haven't watched the 2 before. I think there was something about wheel bearings there at one stage, not filled with grease. Look, I don't know. That's a him problem. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't really know the circumstances, so I'm not going to comment on his relationship with John Deere. As far as I'm concerned, John Deere have but Hutchin and Pearce have looked after us very well. I've never had anything but the X9s. I've got one second-hand 9620R on a laser bucket tractor, and they've been looking after that very well, even though I didn't buy it from them. So I have no issue. With the John Deere. I will say that his last video is looking at the width of the machine and a few issues with the time spacings and whatever. It is what it is. It's like us dealing with the boss pulling one way or another. Is it boss's fault? Is it our fault? Is it our spacing? Can it be rectified? Probably yes. So will it be a problem for him going forward? Not sure. Good luck to John though. I don't know John, but I've known him on Twitter for a fair while, and he seems like a decent enough bloke. So all the best to him. Very good YouTube channel. How's the canal looking that you irrigated? So I haven't been past it, to be honest with you, Gavin. I have been past it. It looks like it's responded quite well. But there's three bays at the end and get put into a little bit later. I'm not sure how they're going to go. But yeah, we'll also find out. The stuff that's there has responded quite well, so looking good so far. I'll bring you more updates probably this week. Probably this week on the YouTube. So thank you for that question. Standard dry spell in area, but they could imagine gonna go Harbrook. Yeah, definitely drought. Yeah, I think that's about right. Yep. Any work ideas for a young Aussie? What industry do you think will prosper in the future? That's a bloody good question. That's a very good question. Look, I think you. I'll answer. I'll answer your question with another thing I was listening to the other day. So I was listening to the Dave Ramsey podcast with Sean Ryan. If you haven't listened to Dave Ramsey speak, he is a bloody wizard. Dave Ramsey, for those who don't know, you probably have heard of him, or a few of you have heard of him, is a financial guru. And he was talking today, I was listening to the end of his podcast there today, about what industries are most likely to make you a millionaire. And that's a millionaire as a job, not so much as a business. Whereas he's really been an entrepreneur in business. So, look, there's 100 things that you could do. But the three things, remember the three ones that were making the most money or most likely to make you a millionaire as a job. One was an engineer. The number three was a teacher, which surprised the hell out of me. That was a little bit odd. And the second one was accountant. So those they're process-based careers that they work through, as I said, a process, and if you were to follow what Dave was saying, Dave Ramsey's, baby steps and get to wherever you want, you will become a millionaire. There's no two ways about it. Just a matter of picking something. You need a niche. That's the thing. You need a niche. I think there's niches in agriculture that are unfulfilled. Someone who could come and do boundary mapping and A/B mapping on your farm would be there's just an untapped, like if I was going to walk out and go, I'm going to do my own business there. I'm done with farming. I'm done with the farm. I'd go and I would go and start that business. All you needed to have is Can-Am with a well set up GPS setup in it, probably one for Case and one for John Deere, and you would be raking in the day because no one wants to do it. It's a pain in the butt. You could drive around all day, you'd set your own hours, you'd probably I think it would be a license to print money, to be quite honest with you. I will pay you, if anyone knows of a bloke like that, please send me his number because I need 20 boundaries done, I think. And particularly going to autonomous tractors, I know the John Deeres really like to have their boundaries set up quite well. So there's niches in this market. Anyone who wants to start a hydraulic business is just a license to print money. Very difficult business. You got to love hydraulics. But yeah, hydraulics, people who deal with air cons that are in short supply around here, like there's 4 blokes around me that are flat out all the time, and it's really hard to get one of them just to come and do a job, Aircon techs are a very good one. Tractor electrics, tractor technology, like setting up GPS, setting up boundaries in Topcon screen, setting up boundaries in, going through all that jankiness that people like. I can sort it out. There's people who aren't like me that just can't sort that shit out. And it's not very hard to do, but you just got to know what to do. There's a very big opportunity in the market for someone to come and just go, hey, I'm the dude who can sort of this shit out. You got a new ball goat cut? I'll make it work with your John Deere rate controller. Oh, you've got a brand new Stargo? Oh, I can make that work with I don't know, True Set Buddy, John Deere, whatever you want, Isobus, there is a big market for someone to do that. Do you employ Aussie or just backpackers? Now I employ both, so I've got at least 3 or 4 Aussie workers, 2 truck drivers and 2 farm workers, plus my uncle, he's Aussie as well. So yeah, he's a good asset to the team. And then I've got 2 backpackers that come and go, so they're not full time really. Slade in New South Wales. Trimble or Green Star, what do you prefer? Green Star every day of the week. It's not even a competition. Once you've had Green Star, you won't ever have Trimble. Well, you probably will have Trimble under Sufferance, but you know it's crap. The Green Star really is so much far further ahead than everyone else. That's not fair. They're not further ahead. It's just way more user friendly. So that's what I'll say. Boundary maps sounds interesting. I'll definitely look into it. Thanks. I agree. The niche is where it's at. 100%. Find a niche. Get good at it. Get very familiar with it. I mean, you could even turn those 2 jobs sort of together. Someone who can set up your boundaries. Someone who can put them into your Green Star. Someone who can get your ABs perfect and perfect with your sprayer and make them match. Like, that's hard enough in its own right. Not so bad on John Deere. If you want to go from John Deere to Case, don't even try it. It's a pain in the ass. Make your own straights. You can get the boundaries from John Deere and put them in the Case. You cannot put the straights and put them into the Case field ops. It is terrible. Someone who can wrap their head around all that stuff will make a mozza of money. And you got to do it wherever you are, because everyone's in the same thing. I guess it's probably more of a Western New South Wales, for example, like anywhere farming, grain farming, not so much. The little blokes too. They got plenty of boundaries, you know. It's just whether they can afford. Like, you could go out there, set up a Can-Am with Green Star or Trimble Auto Steer, or both. If I was going to do it, I'd have like all 3. So you just go, oh, you've got Case, all right, I've got a Case one, I'll just make Case boundaries and learn how to use a Pro 1200 screen. I don't know if you can do that yet, but I know the John Deere's definitely can do that, and Trimble as well. So have one of each, pick your job, get there. Even if you had 3 of the bloody like a Can-Am's 30 grand, man. Like, you got one, you do enough to pay off one. You get a second one that's purely for Case. You get a third one that's purely for whatever, you know. Everyone's got their own different style. Maybe one with 2 sets in it. Just go, I'll take this Can-Am, I'll take this side by side. Not Can-Am, Polaris, whatever you want to do. You get what I'm talking about anyway. There's definitely a niche in the market for that. But yeah, that's my thoughts on that. I really need someone to come and do some of my boundaries. I thought I had them sorted out in the John Deere system, and they were crap for my sowing. Ended up freehanding like half my headlands this year. Yeah, so what else is a niche market that could, as I said, the hydraulics is a crying out one. I'm glad I got specialised hydraulics in Yarrawonga, because he is a godsend. He will drop whatever he's doing, unless he's working on another job, at the shop and just rush out here. He's so good like that. I could use that everywhere in my life. Yeah. That's right. That is right, Luke. Yeah, you are correct there. It is very hard to get the offset right and get them perfect. Trees, you've got curves. It's very difficult to do, but yeah. How many bars have you made? So we're up to I don't actually know. Over 2,000 now for sure. Yeah, I think we'd be over 2,000. You Green Star and a 600 quad? No, we are Pro 1200. Yeah, Pro 1200. I've got the Pro 1200 running in there. In an ideal world, I'd probably like to go to Green Star, but I don't want to drop the cash to do it. I've already got the 1200. It works. Everything works with that with the case. It works. It's just janky. Once you get your head in the 1200, it's not too bad. It's just not as good as the Green Star. It's as simple as that. I just don't want to drop the money to do it. It's $20,000 or something, I think, to put a Gen 5 screen in there with all the bells and whistles. And then you got a few issues between Green Star and case stuff. I don't. I want to do it, but I don't really want to do it too. I'd rather just get the 1200s right. Hopefully, they can make some good improvements on the Pro 1200 screens, get them working nicely. Um, yeah, that would be the ideal situation for us. I need to work on. We have a lot of issues with our strip tiller and our corn planter. The strip tiller is Pro 1200 or Trimble, Trimble 1000, old school Trimble. I really want to get it to Pro 1200 where I can just. The problem with the strip tiller and the planter is they've got to be on exactly the same row, and to do that, you've got to transfer them, and you can't transfer from a Pro 1200 back to an old Trimble 1000, which means I really need to update my 340 Magnum to to uh, to get Pro 1200 lines across the Pro into another Pro 1200. That would be the ideal. I've been pricing up a 310 Magnum to replace their 340 because they don't really need 340. And yeah, it's certainly on the cards. Don't know if it's going to happen this year just due to the lack of cash, but maybe sometime in the future. What's the reason for baling the corn straws? To get rid of the paddock out of the paddock, is there another reason? So it's worth money. It's worth about $150 a tonne. We're getting about, I think I said 8 tonne in the video. It's more like 4 to 6, somewhere like that, as we've gone through it a bit more. It's worth good money. People are buying it. Usually it's worth nothing, so we usually burn it. But it is, because it's so dry around the Hobrook area, Gundagai area, we selling it for nearly as much as a price of wheat would be. It's almost the same gross margins. To do that, you get 4 or 6 tonne. You're well up over $1,000 per hectare just to bale it. Easy money. Not that I like capitalising on other people's misery, but that's the nature of the game we play. What's your thoughts on how quick GPS runs out of date with the Pro 7 already supposedly out of date already? It's pain in the ass, Caleb. I agree. It's an absolute pain in the ass. I think it's ruining machinery and it's machinery for everyone. So yeah. You're selling the bales for money or giving them away to the farmers in need? We're selling them for money until it gets to the point where there's some. We have done like a hay drive in the past. Anyone remember that old Barron Buttock hay runners? We have donated to that before. At the end of the day, we need to make money just like everyone else, otherwise our fund goes under too. We're dry here. We're trying to just stay afloat ourselves, so that's as much as if there was a good cause, then yeah, I'm going to give a bit of hay away, but at this stage, no, we're just selling it. How are you finding the new machinery market for new gear, especially for small farmers wanting to upgrade? That's tough. It's tough. The price of machinery at the moment is hot. It's hot for everyone. Yeah, it's even hard on the second-hand market. You just got to be diligent and patient, I think. And don't be afraid to say no to the dealers too. Just work them down. You will get a good deal out of it in the end for sure. Just got to work on them a bit. I see that Mike Mitchell working on deals with tractors and whatever for years, and I don't know. We don't really run that sort of system. It's just like, oh, the price is the price. We're happy to pay it or not, but we're more likely to say no than yes. So. Whereas I know people just haggle. It just depends how you work with the machinery dealers. We might pay a little bit more at the end of the day, but they know we've said yes. If we do say yes, we usually say yes pretty quickly. So, we can, people can go, oh, well, they're looking after us. They haven't haggled the price. We can hopefully get some better service maybe. I think service comes down to how much you're buying from these particular machinery dealerships. If you're buying a lot, you'll get pretty good dealership. Pretty good backup service. If you're buying a little bit here and then going to the neighbour dealership to get a little bit, well then you're probably not going to get favoured as well. But that being said, you probably pay for it. So, yeah. Do you rather 9R armrest setup or the AFS Connect? Armrest setup. I probably prefer the AFS for the armrest setup. I haven't been in a new 9R, so mine's 2018, so it's getting a bit old now. I do like the 600's multifunction control. I think it's quite good. I like the 9R screen better for sure. You said you gave up on trying to over the boss, just letting you know everything called True God on ours for the dusty. So we were just talking about that before, Hayden. It's so we were just talking about that before. We probably need to go on and do something about that. Just don't know if it's going to happen. Just don't know if it's going to happen before I get rid of the bar and get something else. Maybe. I might not going to get it. I'll probably get another boss or something, but yeah. Anyway, guys, we're up to time out here, about 31 minutes. I usually only do this for 30 minutes. It's been a good roll up tonight and very good questions. Hope you guys have all learned something. We should do a few more of these technical style of lives. I should be doing more videos of technical style videos to set up boundaries and all that sort of stuff. If you're interested in something like that, hit us up, send us some comments or whatever, and we can. I'm thinking about doing a few for setting up the Pro 1200 with Amazon and getting it right. We finally got that sorted after 4 years, and it works quite well. So if you're interested in that, hit me up. If you want to contact me, not on YouTube because YouTube doesn't have an inbox feature, I don't think. I'm still a bit of a YouTube novice. You can find us on Facebook and you can send us a message on Facebook, inbox us there. Also TikTok, if you want to get in touch or leave a comment in one of the videos. I see all the comments, so don't think I'm going to miss it. Last question. Are you getting the rain? No, we aren't, mate. We're hopefully going to get some at the end of this week. All right, guys, we're going to leave you with it. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time.